Having been in the industry for 13 years, veteran comedian Kedibone Mulaudzi has been a feature at many comedy events, including appearing with Chris Rock on his recent visit to the country. Kedibone's act has an international flavor to it, thus making him one of the widely traveled comedians. He has a show coming up in Soweto over the weekend, and he's here to tell us more about it and, of course, his career. The show is called Underrated, and it is regarded as a 3D comedy show. Well, you can trust comedians to make up stories as they go along. Kedibone, thanks. Well, I mean,
Sorry, I laugh. I'm always loud when I laugh. So.
Well, we can do with a lot of laughter these days, you know.
We can.
I mean, we can imagine talking to Tulima Tonsela presenting the state of capture report, and then you make her laugh as she tries to talk about it.
Yes, having a beer, the 16 bean. So,
you know, there's a lot of material for you.
There's a lot. I think that's the one thing, Mr. Modise, as comedians, there's so much to talk about. Like, I think our country is like a gold, you know, for comedians.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a comedian and you don't have material, you choose not to have material. But there's a lot. There's politics. There's the being captured. Recently, Mr. Malema went to Newcastle to fight these. I think he got charged for land, whatever, invasion, whatever. Yeah. But the ANC members were there to support him. It's fun, you know. EFF as well. Because for me as a comedian, EFF is the only party that's named after its leader's matric results.
So, and of course, if you're going to be a political leader, you've got to have a strong ego and have influence in that way, right?
Yes, you know. And now the thing with Mr. Malema, like, I think he's very driven. He's doing his thing, you know. Like, you know, he's a young leader of which I think we need young leaders as well to take our country forward. So, yeah, I think we can talk about literally anything. Tulima Tonsela's report.
Yes.
By the way, I'm not captured.
You are not?
Yeah, I'm not captured.
Well, you're going to be captured at Soweto Theatre anyway. So.
I'm doing a cool concept. It's called Underrated. It's a 3D comedy.
Yes.
A 3D comedy show, as in, if I'm telling a joke about an ambulance, I'll be telling the joke about the ambulance. Then on the screen within Soweto Theatre, you're going to see the image of the ambulance. Yeah. And from the speakers, you're going to hear the ambulance siren blazing.
Okay.
So with each and every joke.
That's why I said, you know, comedians can make up anything. Now, how can comedy be 3D? We guys say, oh, what do you mean when you say it's 3D? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's what, it's 3 dimensions. The first dimension will be me on stage. The second one, the sound.
Yes.
And the third dimension will be like the images. So I'm quite excited as well. I went home, Limpopo, yesterday. I was taking pictures of my mother and my father, and also Kotsumulu and Memudu, like my, you know, inventor, the brothers, my mother's sister and my father's brother, you know. So I took pictures of them and the cars. So I have so many stories to talk about, you know. So now when I talk about my mother, you'll see my mother on the screen. Yeah. And in the background, you're going to hear chickens and goats because it's like, you know, I'm from a village. I'm a village boy. You know? So now it's quite exciting.
You know what? I want to talk about Limpopo for a moment.
Wow,
and you tell me.
Everybody got jokes about Limpopo.
No,
Even Mr. Modise.
I've got no joke about it.
Let's hear.
It's just a story. I know so many people from Limpopo who live here in Gauteng, different parts, right? In Joburg and Pretoria, even from the Vaal or the West End and so on. You ask a person, where are you from? Maybe he's from Tembisa. Limpopo. But don't you live around here? They say, no, Limpopo. And then we say, what do you call this place where you stay now? You say, I don't know. What do they call it? Because when they say hi, they mean Limpopo.
I don't know. You know, I think
But there's one thing for sure. I mean, it tells me that they're very proud of the fact that they come from Limpopo.
Yeah, I think we're very proud. The one thing that
it's like it's a republic on its own. It's a member of SADC. Limpopo is an independent member of SADC, accidental member of the Republic of South Africa.
And for some reason, when I go home, I always have my passport ready just in case.
Exactly. You'd think that that's how they see it.
No, let's be serious. Okay. I'm the one that's laughing more than you, but it's fine. The thing about us, from people from Limpopo, is that we're very proud of who we are, you know. Because that's the thing about us as Batune. We need to be proud for the guy, you know, like, you know, see it so, you know, like, you know, tradition, everything. Because if you don't, our kids, they won't know anything, and our culture will just disappear. You know?
And the thing I was mentioning Limpopo, you know, as I say, when you come across people, they say, I'm from Limpopo. I was worried for young children who might be 3, 4, 5, 6, and if you make them come into contact with people from Limpopo quite frequently, they'll also claim to be from Limpopo because they think it's the right thing to say.
And the thing about being from home, like, I'm just glad that technology as well, it's catching up to to who we are.
Yes.
Like, like with the GPS, like I'm sure it uses English as a medium of instruction. My GPS uses Chivenda,
Yeah.
I know it's unbelievable, but it uses Chivenda. So now, I only came back from home today. I was meant to come through yesterday.
Yeah.
Reason being, my GPS speaks Chivenda. Because, like with you, if you're at my house, when you punch in destination Joburg, it'll say, drive for 40 kilometers and 10 left into the N1 and drive for 350 kilometers and arrive at your destination. Chivenda one, I only came back today, not yesterday. I'm like, destination Joburg. My GPS is like, Joburg kule so, arda machero. Joburg ndikula rango bura mutu. So I'm just glad, like, technology is catching up as well. And we're very proud.
Yes.
Like,
No.
And like, but vendor people that live in Pretoria, they're called VIPs, It's vendors in Pretoria. So,
Is that it?
You know what I mean? So we just...
But if you include your family in your comedy repertoire, I wonder, are you allowed to poke fun at your relatives?
Yeah.
In your... Really?
Very much so. Like, I think I'm the black sheep in the family.
Yeah.
I'm the odd one out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody else got careers, they teachers. I'm just that one, So we are allowed, and I got this joke about my grandmother.
Yes.
That I got my younger brother, Tomini. Tomini is a chemical engineer. He graduated. He went to varsity.
Studied all these complex
he's the
things.
light of the family.
Yes.
I'm that one, the one that dropped out from varsity. But I remember during his graduation ceremony was more about me than him. Because my grandmother, everything was about me. She's like, wow, Tomini, well done. You graduated. You are the first chemical engineer in this country. You have a bright future ahead of you, unlike some other people. Like everything was about me than him, So I got that joke about that, which is based on the truth. So the funny thing was that with my parents, like they just going with it. As long as I'm happy, they're happy.
Yeah, of course, and as long as you make people happy.
You know what I mean? They're happy.
Unlike being investigated for troubling people.
Yes, you know what I mean? Yeah. And the other thing with my mother, we can do whatever we want as kids. Like, you can go to my mother and say, Ma, I'm gay. She's like, fine, be gay as long as you're happy. Ma, I want to marry an Afrikaans girl. She's like, fine, go make color kids. I don't care. But every now and then she draws the line. She's like, ha. I remember during the last local government elections, like, Ma, I want to vote for DA. She refused. Like, no child of mine is going to vote for the DA. This is my mother's thinking.
Yes.
She believes in if you are black and you vote for a black party, chances are that as black people will get to share the wealth of the country. As you know, 90% of the land and the money in the country belongs to white people.
Yeah.
She thinks white people have money, they don't know what to do with it.
Yes.
I agree. I think white people have so much money, they don't know what to do with it. I got a case study before
Please
you
tell
judge
me.
me.
Yeah.
I'm going to prove to you that white people have so much money, they don't know what to do with it. A white guy paid another white guy 2 million rands for that other white guy to kill him.
Yes.
I remember
the Brett Cable story.
Yeah, it's like, what? And then on the night that Brett Cable was supposed to be shot, the gun did not go off.
Yes.
And Brett Cable drove around Melrose Arch looking for the killers. How white is that?
And did he give them additional money over the 2 million? So
Yeah,
I forgive you. I mean, that was just, it didn't work.
Because that concept won't work for us as black people. Can you imagine myself to you? Tim Modise, 2 million I can just picture you going, what's wrong with your money? Next thing you go daily side, comedian tries to kill himself, use him as the Tim Modise. Like, it's not gonna work, So I got such stories and that are based on the truth. So when I'm telling that story, you're gonna see Brett Cable's picture there. So I'm quite excited.
Just give me a little bit of flavor. I'm told that you went to Korea. Was it North Korea that you went to? And how did you tell
South Korea.
You never went to North Korea.
But
you worked around the world and also appeared with Chris Rock. He's one of the most celebrated comedians in the world.
When he came into the country, I opened for him at one of his shows here. I was quite excited as well. I think it was one of my highlights of my career. I went to South Korea at Seoul. We did a show there in Seoul. I've done a show in Washington, D.C. I've done a show in London. We're due for some shows. We're touring the Soweto Comedy Festival. We're going to Sydney and Perth you know, next year.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Scotland. We're gonna do Amsterdam. We're gonna do London as well. Then we're gonna go to North and South America.
All right. But in the meantime, we're going to Soweto.
Yes, we're going
Tell
to
me
Soweto.
about Soweto, the dates and
Halala, this coming Friday and Saturday, November 11th and 12th. Soweto Theatre tickets are from 120, 165, and 250 for VIPs. So it's myself. I'll be doing 2 hours. So come through, come see history in the making. 3D comedy. It's never been done in the country, the continent, and the world. Mr. Modise will be there. So come through. Let's laugh. Let's make history.
Yeah.
That's basically.
Well, you avoided going to North Korea.
Yes.
I want to take a bet with you. If you can go and make the chief of
Kim
North Korea,
Jong-il.
Kim Jong-il, laugh
Yeah.
as much as you make the audiences laugh,
Yeah.
then we'll give you Lifetime Achievers Award. But who knows?
Allah.
This is a challenge to him or to you.
I might not make comeback because that one you can't make jokes about him, you know.
Well, as long as it's not about him.
I'm just glad that in our country, we're a democratic country. There's you can make jokes about the president and anybody else, and it's good, you know. So there, North Korea.
Anyway, Kedibone, the show is called Underrated. It's happening on the weekend
November
at
11th and 12th,
Soweto Theatre, and it's 3D.
Yes.
I like the fact that it's 3D. I was
you,
sitting there
Noribu.
scratching my head. It's 3D. You can never trust the comedian. Kedibone Mulaudzi will be appearing at the Soweto Theatre, and I trust that you enjoyed tonight's interview and show, and we invite you to join us again next time, and good night to you.